Stella's not going to like this. I understand she slaved all afternoon on that leg of lamb.
I already told her I wouldn't be here.
Why would the Webbers invite you to dinner?
They need a reason?
Maybe they want something from you.
Edward, it's simply a dinner invitation. Now, surely you sometimes invite people over for no other reason than to enjoy the pleasure of their company.
Well, why bother when I have the company of my own family, and I certainly find them far more stimulating than outsiders.
I suppose that each person has his own taste. Personally, I like to mingle socially with all different types.
Yeah, well, you take my advice, my boy. Stay away from outsiders. They're only going to get you in trouble.
I'll remember that. Have a good night, Edward.
Good night.
Oh, Stella says dinner, sir.
Yeah, boy, I'm famished.
Who could be calling at this hour?
Well, it's either a politician or a salesman. They only call you when they know you're at home. Here, I'll handle this. Yaman.
Hello, Edward. Robert Scorpio here.
Well, Mr. Commissioner, what can I do for you?
Need to see you right away, Edward.
May I ask what it's in reference to?
You could try, but you wouldn't get an answer. Let's just leave it at that. Now, it'll be in your best interest to get here right away.
Well, I'm just sitting down to dinner.
Put it in the oven, Edward. I'll see you in 20 minutes.
Father?
He wants to see me.
But right now?
He says it's in my best interest.
I don't even want to guess what he wants.
No, don't. You'll digest your food better. Monica,
Yeah.
Would you, ask Stella to keep my food warm? Lord knows when I'll get back.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Heather Weber.
You're right there.
You wanted more proof?
What happened to you?
Monica Quartermain. I told you she murdered Susan, and now she's trying to kill me.
Must do it again sometime. But mind how you go with that eye, you know, that sort of thing can get you into trouble.
Just remember who gave it to me, Commissioner.
Bye. I hope I haven't kept you waiting too long, officer.
No problem. What can I do for you?
Well, what can you tell me about who was on duty the night of February the 11th?
Well, I was.
Okay. Now, I want to know about two prisoners you had in there, Jimmy Lee Holt and Crane Tolliver.
Holt. A young guy.
And Tolliver?
Drunk, I think. Yeah. Found him in an alley. Pulled a fire alarm. Wasn't that it?
I honestly don't know. What I really want to find out is what happened in jail that night.
Well, I tell you, not too much. Kind of a quiet night, if I remember right.
Did Tolliver and Holt have any contact?
Couldn't have.
Why not?
Different cells.
You sure?
Yeah.
See. Okay, look, that'll be all for now. If I need you again, I'll get back to you. Thank you.
Right.
Jimmy Lee, this is Commissioner Scorpio here. Yeah, I'd like to have a talk to you. At my place. When you finish work. Okay, let's say, 1 hour. Good. I'll be expecting you. I appreciate you stopping by, Mr. Quartermain.
You realize I'm missing my dinner.
Never mind, one serving of veracity, and I'm sure you'll be back for a second course.
I beg your pardon?
When it comes to dishing out the truth, you Quartermains are somewhat on a starvation diet.
Yeah, that's very funny, Scorpio, but untrue.
Well, I hope you're going to level with me. Reason being is that, Monica lied.
Well, why would she do that? She doesn't have anything to hide.
Do you?
What can I tell you? I don't know anything about Monica's whereabouts.
Then let me fill you in. She was at Susan's the night of the murder.
Yeah, both she and Alan were. They've admitted that.
Will you admit you were there?
I never left the house.
I have a witness.
You're bluffing.
Scotty Baldwin saw you.
Scotty Baldwin? Oh, good Lord, he couldn't have seen me. I saw him when he was...
Now, I want the truth. All of it.
But
Let's start at the beginning, shall we? Tell me everything you did the night of Susan's murder.
Well, I was alone in my den. I went into the living room and looked out through the French windows. I saw that Alan and Monica had just left. I wanted to check out the entryway to make sure nobody was there. I didn't want anyone to see me. When I was sure that the coast was clear, I went to the closet, grabbed my coat, and sneaked out of the house. I drove directly to the house. I had to talk her out of it. I parked the car and started up toward the house. It was damp and cold. And I heard something behind me. I turned and saw it was Scotty. I ducked behind the bushes so he wouldn't see me. Scotty went up to the house, unlocked the door, and went in. As much as I couldn't talk to Susan, I just turned around and came back home again.
You sure you left when Scotty went in?
Would I lie?
Oh, I think you would, but I hope you've got more sense.
Scorpio, I hope you realize the only reason I didn't mention any of this before is because it's totally irrelevant.
Why don't you let me be the judge of that? Now, I'd like you to enlighten me on a few other little points.
If I can, certainly.
Let's start with Jimmy Lee Holt.
What does he have to do with anything?
That's what I'd like to know.
You know as much about the boy as I do.
Do I?
All right, I've admitted that he is my natural son. These things happen.
You suppose that Crane Tolliver could have induced Jimmy Lee to come here?
I can't answer that. I don't even know this Crane. What did you say his name was?
Tolliver, 2 L's.
Never heard of the man.
Sure?
Well, of course I'm sure.
Come over here, Edward. I have something to show you.
Lila Morgan married to Edward Corp. Lila Morgan married Crane Top.
Now, what do you say about that?
I don't know what it means.
I think you do. You going to tell me this is irrelevant, too?
You have to understand our position.
I want to. Help me.
Well, I know the name Crane Tolliver, but I never met him.
Well, you knew he was married to Lila.
Yes, of course. Could I have some water or something?
Maybe something stronger?
Anything. Scorpio, you have to remember, this happened years ago. I mean, Lila and I have been married over 40 years.
Go on.
Well, she was, I have her to think of, to protect.
From what?
Crane Tolliver.
Start at the beginning.
Well, she was very young when we met. We were very much in love. She was very beautiful, Lila was.
She still is. Go on.
Well, in those days, young women were very much under the influence of their fathers.
In Lila's case, Morgan.
Right. He was a powerful man. Strong sense of family. That's where Lila gets it from.
All right, listen, go back to Tolliver, when he was married to Lila. They were married when you met, I take it.
No. That marriage lasted only a short time. In fact, it was her father who insisted that she deny the whole marriage. I mean, you know, divorce was considered shameful in those days.
But you knew about it.
Well, yes, of course. And Mr. Morgan was certainly an honorable man. We both wanted to protect the family from what would be considered a disgraceful situation. So Lila and I just kept quiet, and he handled the whole thing.
You must have something that proves that.
Well, you know, they're divorce papers.
Could I see them?
Well, I can't put my hands on them. They were misplaced.
How convenient. I would have thought you'd have kept them.
You know, what difference? It was all settled. There was no reason.
Then how do you explain the fact that the computer can't find any hint of divorce by Tolliver?
Well, I told you the papers were destroyed.
Misplaced, destroyed, what is it?
Well, misplaced, destroyed, what difference does it make?
Can you at least tell me when the divorce took place?
No, I can't.
What about where the papers were granted?
Look, he handled everything. Now, how many times do I have to tell you that?
Perhaps Lila can give me that information.
You stay away from her.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
You must. Now, Lila's a sick woman. She's confined to her bed, as a matter of fact.
I have no intention of upsetting her.
Well, you cannot see her. Her doctor forbids it.
I see. Well, I have another appointment coming. That'll be all for the time being. I'll get your coat.
You're dismissing me?
I hope you're not planning on taking any business trips.
Oh, believe me, I have enough to take care of right here, thank you.
We'll be in touch again soon.
I can't imagine why. I've certainly given you all the information I have to give you.
Well, hello, Daddy. Fancy seeing you here.
So, what do you think of your long-lost family?
Not much.
Think more of the family fortune, do you?
No, I don't think of it or them. I told you, the only reason I came into this town was because I was curious.
Ah, yeah. The roots routine. You play it well.
I'm not putting you on. As soon as I can get my bike fixed, as soon as I can pay off the hospital bills, I am getting out of this town.
Does the name Crane Tolliver mean anything to you?
I'm not sure. A man runs into a lot of people in his travels.
Not even remotely familiar?
I'd have to think about it.
Do that.
Yes, sir. And if I think of anything, I'll let you know.
Thank you. In the meantime, you won't go riding that bike of yours anywhere without telling me first, will you?
No, it's still got some fixing left, and a man's salary doesn't go very far these days. What's that name again?
Crane Tolliver.
Crane Tolliver. Okay. I'll let you know if I think of
Thank you.
anything.
Oh, good evening, Robert. I'm sorry for coming at this hour, but I've just been over at the Quartermain house, and I thought I should come and see you right away.
That's wonderful. Please come in. Please,
Thank
have a
you.
seat.
Oh, thank you. Well, you see, Monica told me about Heather's accusations, and well, being that I've treated Heather, that she was my patient, I just thought you should know what you're dealing with.
Well, I know about the Dinah Taylor case and her stay at Forest Hills.
Yes, well, while she was an outpatient there, she came under my care. I tried to give her every benefit of the doubt, but... Robert, Heather is a pathological liar. Her accusing Monica, as she has, is just another manifestation of her illness.
I wonder what you'd say in your professional capacity if I showed you a certain photograph of Susan that I found in the Quartermain basement that had been used for target practice. Have you seen it?
Well, no, I had no idea such a thing existed.
Monica never showed it to you?
No, I don't recall that she did.
You know, Gail, people can be very selective about what they want to remember and what they want to forget. Thank you for dropping by. You know, if it's one thing I've learned in my professional capacity, wherever murder is involved, people become even more selective. Pathological liars or not.
Good night.